Jonathan from Ignition TV here, and you join me today on what is going to be one of the most exciting days on the job. I can't wait. We've got a very special bunch of cars, as you can see. Lambo Huracán STO, the most insane, the most hardcore, fastest, most lively baby Lambo ever made. And we're here at Changi Exhibition Centre, where we're going to be taking out on the track. So to say that this is a good day, or going to be a good day, I think it's a bit of an understatement. Let's get to it. But before that, I thought it would be good to get you guys up to speed on what the Huracán STO is all about. So STO stands for Super Trofeo Homologato. This is the most hardcore not exactly stripped out, but it's the most hardcore track-focused variant of the Huracán that has been up to date. This replaces the Performante, and this, as you can tell, is probably the closest thing to a road-going race car that any car manufacturer has put on the road. So even though this replaces the Performante, it actually doesn't get any more power and is in fact slower 0 to 100 because this thing is rear-wheel drive only. In fact, this is the most powerful rear-wheel drive Lamborghini there has ever been. But still, no one's going to complain about the figures. 5.2 litre V10, still the same. 640 horsepower, slightly less torque, 565 Newton meters. 0 to 100 in 3 seconds, 0 to 200 in 9 seconds, and a top speed of 310. But straight line is not what this car is all about. Instead, as you can tell from the mad aero, this thing is designed to demolish racetracks. So starting from the front, you will see that up here there are no shut lines for the bonnet, for the bumper, for the fenders. This is because it is all one piece. It's a one-piece carbon fiber unit. Now Lamborghini calls this the Cofango, which is a portmanteau for Cofano and Parafango, which is Italian for bonnet and fenders. Sounds a lot more sexy in Italian because in English, if you have a portmanteau of those words, you'll have bender or fennet. Not so nice, but basically it's one giant carbon fiber clamshell. In fact, 75% of the car's bodywork is carbon fiber, and as you can see, it's wild. So in the Cofango, you've got these giant ducts which help air pass through the radiator in front here and over the car to the big rear wing at the back. But this does mean that what little luggage space you used to have is now gone. There's like space for a McDonald's takeaway, that's it. Down here you've got the massive splitter, which again helps to channel air underneath the flat floor back to the diffuser. And up here you have these air vents which help to relieve air pressure from building up under the wheel arches. Coming around to the back, the track is wider by about 15 millimeters. But on top is where all the craziness happens. As you can see, there is this huge roof scoop. This is not an air intake, in that the air doesn't feed into the engine from this. This is more for cooling. The air intakes are in fact these Naka ducts down at the top of the rear fenders. This slatted engine cover and this shark fin, which helps with directional stability at high speeds. But obviously, the big talking point is this absolute unit of a rear wing, modelled somewhat after the wing found on the Super Trofeo and the Huracán GT3 race cars, but with minor modifications, to be a bit narrower for pedestrian safety and boring stuff like that. The cool thing about this is that even though it's a fixed wing, it's not active like in a McLaren or in a Ferrari, it's manually adjustable. So this middle section here, you can take a Allen key or something, get a tool to a wrench to raise and lower it. Oh, and at the back, obviously you come down here, honking huge great diffuser. And what I really love is how at the sides here there's no mesh, there's nothing, no screens, nothing to block your view of all the mechanicals inside. So this is the exhaust tubing, you can see the rear tyre tread. If you're a geek, there are a lot of details and a lot of cool things to discover about this car. So together with the splitter and the rear wing, the STO produces about 53% more downforce than the old Performante. With all the light weightening going on, the STO weighs 43 kilos less than the Performante, 50 kilos less than Huracán rear-wheel drive, and 90 kilos almost less than the Huracán Evo, which is kind of like the standard four-wheel drive model. Total dry weight is 1,339 kilograms. The inside of the STO is not as wild and crazy as the exterior, but it's still quite a cool place to be. Almost everything in here is covered in Alcantara, the dashboard, the steering wheel, the seats, And by the way, the seats, I think these are the sport seats. You can option a race bucket. But yeah, whatever isn't Alcantara in here is carbon fiber. Especially you can see on the door cards. And they've done Porsche by putting in these fabric door pulls to open the door and the grab handle. Otherwise, it's standard Huracan fare, except that you can option a 4-point race harness and a titanium roll cage in the back. But yeah, enough of the STO sitting pretty stationary. Let's go head out on track. Sometimes I feel like I've got the best job in the world, getting to drive a Lamborghini on track, and my first Lambo experience as well. Oh man, I can't wait. Four-point harnesses. Lamborghini is very kindly provided us with gloves. For hygiene purposes, don't want to get the lovely Alcantara wheel all sweaty and germy. This would be the most powerful car that I've driven. Heading out onto the track, Changi Exhibition Centre, trundling along onto the track. You can see and hear all the stones and gravel being kicked up by the Potenza Sports. Can't imagine what the stone chips are going to look like when these cars are done at this event. Following behind Ringo Chong, Singapore's arguably most successful racing driver, winner of, I think, Ferrari Challenge at the Singapore GP, so possibly the only Singaporean driver ever to win on home soil. Okay, now we're picking up the pace, up to third gear. It's still only doing 100. Even at this pace, the grip on the Potenza Sports really intense. Alright, here we go. Hot lap starting, third gear, second gear. Oh! The brakes are, wow. The brakes are so sharp. This car has so much power, so much understeer there. I feel this car really makes you feel like you are the weak link in the chain, not the car. Anything you can do, the car can do, but upgrading, fourth gear, third gear, second gear. Just staying hard on the brakes, ABS, makes the effects by miles there. Oh, but the power is so incredible. Much as I like to think that I'm good behind, like handy behind the wheel, I'm really glad there's a stability and traction control. The moment you open the taps, it's just, yeah, apex. 7-speed dual clutch, very smooth, but when you're flowing down the straight, there's a bit of a kick to let you know that, really give you the sense that you are driving something really racy. Oh, feel the rotation from the radial steering. Steering is so sharp, so quick. And when you lift off mid-corner, you can feel the car rotate, pivot towards the apex. I pity poor Nathan holding on to the camera because sorry, Nathan. That was quite something. The noise from that 5.2 litre V10 is just otherworldly. Like, this is a sound that I've only ever experienced in racing sims.
went up to 71 on the left side.
I'm actually a bit better than speechless. That was really quite an incredible experience. I've never experienced such grip before. I mean, yeah, this car is downforce, but on a track like this, topping about 140 kilometers an hour, I don't think there's enough speed to actually really get much aero work going. So it's all mechanical grip from the tires. But oh man, the speed at which this thing changes direction, the rear wheel steering is just on it. Once you sort out your braking properly and your turn in and you're not carrying too much speed in, I mean, drive it sensibly. It's not like a arcade game where you can just do keyboard steering, keyboard pedals, with full inputs everywhere. You still need to finesse it. But this car, anything that you can throw at it, the STO will keep up. I can't imagine what the front of this looks like with all the stone chips. I mean, we've already got one on the windscreen.
Oh, yeah.
So, Lamborghini, brave of you to let us have the cars here. But thank you so much. That was really, really incredible. Oh man, the brakes. Oh, these CCMR brakes, they are so... I mean, in the driver's briefing, we were told that you would not be prepared for how strong the braking performance is. And yeah, the braking, it's just like, I know it's a cliche, but it stops on a dime. This thing is just... I think hopefully Nathan will edit in a wider shot of him struggling to keep the camera up during the corners, during the braking. But yeah, every time I touch the brakes, it's just like the camera almost smashing into the dashboard, and there's a good 30 cm between lens and dashboard, and oh god, out of the corner of my eye, I just keep seeing it. Hopefully, you guys will have seen from my experience how intense and how overwhelming it is. Yeah, for a first Lamborghini experience, it's really quite something. I'm not going to forget this for a long time. I had much better time of it than you, I'm pretty sure. Handling is okay. The rear wheel steering was interesting. I don't have enough experience to be able to tell whether it was the mid-engine balance that played or the rear wheel steering, but I felt that in some of the tighter corners, when I turn in, after the initial turn-in phase, the car rotates towards the apex. So I'm not sure whether it's the rear steer or just the overall balance of the car, but understeer, just none of it at all. Those Audis, you can feel the front start to push if you're carrying a bit too much speed, but this one, maybe I wasn't hitting the limits lah. Same for the brakes actually. So I think I wasn't even touching even half of the braking potential of this car. Yeah, I've only had another session to internalize the previous experience and apply it and do things differently. I think there's a lot more. Even within the confines of this place, there's still a lot more performance to be extracted. Oh man, driving a car like this is so addictive. It just makes you want to go push and push and push and go faster and faster and just perfect everything. Yeah, I wish the event allowed for another run, but can't complain, right? Getting to drive a Lambo flat out basically. I need to go sit down, I think.